Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So today I'm going to present my paper on impact of microfinance on women empowerment.
Okay.
Shortly I'm going to share my screen. I'm just looking.
Sure, ma'am.
So is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Only you are not visible.
yeah. So here this is my topic, I made it very short because there was a time limitation. So I made my presentation very short. So the first part is the introduction part. So in this, we are dealing with the definition of the microfinance. What do we understand with the microfinance? So basically, it is a financial service which which provides small loans, savings, and insurance products to the people who are not accessible to the formal banking services, or maybe they don't have the collateral or credit history or formal employment. For those kind of people, we provide a small loans and saving products. So these kind of services are provided through microfinance. So in this paper, I'm going to establish the relationship between that how women empowerment is affected by the microfinance. So three aspects I am covering in this paper, that is economic, social, and political empowerment. So because of this microfinance, the income, it gives control to women on their incomes, and they invest it, they improve their household living standard through this a small amount of money. So in this next part, what are the factors which determines the women empowerment through microfinance? So first, I'm dealing with the women gender inequality. So this has the positive, microfinance has the positive impact on gender inequality. Women often face a significant barrier to the accessing financial services, and always was severely affected by the poverty. So this help in generating income and income-oriented activities, which in turns increase their standard of living. The second indicator, that is access to education. So women who participate in microfinance program are likely to invest in their children education, which in turns increase the attendance, uh, school attendance, and also academic performance of their children. This not only have the positive impact on their children, but they also get benefited by getting involved in financial literacy skill through this microfinance programs. And there are some few microfinance institute provides education loans for their children, which leads to the higher education of their children. So somehow this also has a very positive impact on the education sector and education of the family. The third indicator I'm discussing here is the health. So it also somehow it also has a significant impact on the health of the women. So women get access to the healthcare and healthier lifestyle, because the program provide health education and support services such as child health workshop, nutrition counseling, HIV/AIDS prevention educations, and it also supports the healthier lifestyles by providing women with the means to invest in the healthier food options, sanitations, and hygiene products. Moreover, Microfinance Institute also offer loans for saving products, specifically for health-related expenses such as uh, health insurance, medical procedures, purchase of durable medical equipments, etc. And the fourth indicator which impact the women empowerment is skill development. Because when we are talking about the skill microfinance, basically in the terms of increasing the income, but without proper skill, it's very difficult to find. So it's very difficult to get to expand their businesses. So many microfinance institute offer training programs and skilled building opportunity to help these women to develop their skill and start their businesses. These training includes financial management, marketing, business plannings, and other essential skills which are important for their business development. So it not only just provide the skills opportunity, but it also develop their networking and mentorship skills, which is very important for their business. It also helps them to connect with other businesses, small businesses, and community leaders who can offer guidance and supports to expand their business. And the fifth indicator is socio-economic development. So many MF institute provide access to financial services for those who are traditionally excluded from the formal financial sectors. It is very common in developing countries. So this kind of inclusion helps in the development of the sector which are society which are very excluded from the banking services, who don't know anything about the banking service or financial services provided by the country. So these program by giving small finance or helping them, they help in elevating the poverty and also strengthening the local economies. So it encourages innovations and leading to the increase of economic growth and social capital. And sixth one is the decision making power, which I think is the most important indicator in the women empowerment sector. So microfinance helps the women to take decision of their when they are started earning, they can easily control their income and take decision on their household basis to how manage how to manage the business and how to take decision on the household basis, not on the broader prospect, but on the household basis. They have the chance to, they get the chance of bargaining power within the household. So this is and after that they also start participating in social level also, because they get the confidence once they started earning. So this is one of the most important indicator in women empowerment through microfinance. So these are the findings, the whole thing what I've um, done in my paper. So the crux of this, the whole the conclusion part of this whole thing is that they get access to credit through microfinance, and which they can use to start and expand the business, which I stated earlier, and invest in education, and this also help in increasing their bargaining power within the household. And the second point is income generation. So by providing access to the credit and financial services, microfinance can help women generate income and improve their standard of living. This also helps in what you call gender disparity in income and wealth. Like this somehow brings the women to a certain status in the society. And third point is decision making power. So when women have the access to the microfinance, so they will get engaged in the income generating activities, and they started taking part in decision making within the household. They are more likely to get involved in the household financial decision. So the fourth point is a social capital. So microfinance institute often provide women with the opportunity to participate in group activities and build what the social network, like we have heard about the SHGs, self-help groups. So the bank in most commonly provide this kind of financial service through self-help groups. And when they started to get that finance, the women start sitting in this self-help groups and start developing the network and developing their social, they get involved in the social network and getting the feedback from other member of the group, and in that way they expand more and they learn more. So this is also very helpful aspect of the microfinance. And overall this also help in developing themselves in that improve their well-being. So women like who have the access to the microfinance may experience improvement in their physical and mental health, because they are not always like they come out of their home, they start building their networks, they start socializing. So this has a very positive impact on their mental health as well as their physical health. They also started sharing things about their health, the nutrition of their kids, and this kind of involvement also help in their reducing the stress in not only the financial stress but also the mental stress, and they get the full social support through these activities. So overall the impact of the microfinance on women empowerment can be significant. Put it in but it is important that all women should benefit it equally, and factors such as cultural norms, access to education, training, and institutional barrier uh, should be minimized, so that to help them to fully participate in this microfinance program and grow in a better manner. So this is the whole this was the whole presentation about women empowerment through microfinance. So thank you for giving me chance to present my whole paper. Since I was told earlier that I won't be given much time, so I tried to prepare as short as possible. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We have given enough time, and you also explained very nicely. Tulu sir, because your MSME research is very much linked with this women entrepreneurship.
It was a very interesting presentation, and also the issue is very familiar in Indonesia, or even actual in Indonesia. My question is for Ayu, for
Anuja ma'am, are you listening the question?
Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. Please,
Anuja,
please.
have you seen whether the because the presence of microfinance, especially in rural areas, has dropped the poverty line of rural women? And is this microfinance is mainly for women having own businesses, or also for women not having own businesses?
So this is for the women. It's for both. If the women who are willing to start their business, they are also provided with this kind of finance. And the women who are already in small business and they want to expand or support their husband businesses, for that also they can get this kind of credit.
And from your own observation, and also maybe your research on this issue for many years, have you seen that or what are the main constraints that's maybe still there, that facing the smoothly process of microfinancing distributing for women empowerment?
So the main challenge what I have observed throughout this year is that the cultural barrier, because in India the rural areas, it's very difficult for women to come out of their houses and start the business. There is some kind of cultural barrier. Yeah.
Very interesting cultural factor, cultural barrier. Because we had maybe 20, 30 years ago, we had that kind of problem with women, especially in rural areas, that she allowed to go outside only with her brother or her husband, but now it's changed. So, but it is only especially in areas which are how you get the Muslim religion
Yes.
very strong in that region, but not in all part of the country. But here in India, you still have in rural areas this problem, yeah?
Yeah, in some areas still it's very much visible. And the second challenge, it's the cultural barrier is also there. And the second challenge, what I have observed till now, is the awareness. Like right now, sir has told that the people have a very negative perception about the loan factor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to the previous presentation, which was like people have very negative perception about that loan factor. So in case of women, they get scared. Like if they are not getting proper support from their house, they get scared taking loan and starting the business. So this is this is also one of the challenge we are facing. Even the loan interest is very less. Even full support is given in the term of training, skill development. Still they are very scared of taking loan. So there is some kind of lack of awareness. There should be a financial literacy programs.
Yeah, I think the problem is financial literacy.
Yeah.
Because that is one factor, one among several factors that very important to generate so-called financial inclusion for women including in rural areas. And yeah, I think we have also problem here in Indonesia, like for instance, with respect to the adoption of digital technology or the use of e-commerce by many, even not many, but by the majority of micro and small enterprises, they are still neglected to use that technology. So that's one problem that we're also facing in our country. So it's very interesting. Hopefully, success with your study or your research. Maybe sometimes you can write together about the impact of microfinance on women empowerment, based in Indian and Indonesian cases.
Yes.
Thank you, Anuja ma'am. Thank you, sir, for such a great analysis of this paper. Now I'll request Anjali